Welcome back, everyone, to Just Be Mindful. Namaste. Hopefully, everyone enjoyed the introduction video to the path to awakening, the hero's journey. I really appreciate anybody that took a look at that video, kind of gave an outline on what this series of videos are going to be in regards to. And today's video, this video is going to be the role that meditation plays whenever it comes to the awakening path, whenever it comes to the spiritual process, the awakening journey, the pathless path. Meditation and mindfulness is a fantastic practice. It is a great way for an individual, the one that's on the path, the one that's on the pathless path. Meditation can really assist with really calming the individual, really relaxing the person. It can bring about more presence within a person's life. Meditation, I really, meditation is very, very useful, very beneficial. I fell in love with meditation so much that I actually became a certified meditation and mindfulness instructor through Meditation Magazine. But one thing that meditation unfortunately cannot do, and that is awaken us. Meditation alone, typically in almost any, most likely in any situation, meditation really cannot awaken one to their truest nature. Because whenever you're looking to awaken, whenever you're trying to have an awakening, a spiritual awakening, that's about the investigation of identity. You really have to have a transformation within your identity for awakening to occur. However, meditation can play a significant role whenever it comes to this process, whenever it comes to the spiritual journey, the hero's journey. And let's discuss that today. This video is going to be a way of going about meditation, a specific practice where you're going to engage yourself into really looking at the thoughts, the emotions, the sensations, anything that's arising within your mind, within your consciousness. That's what we're going to look at today on how to approach that. And this is all experiential based. This is the path that I took. This is the practice that I learned and took up with meditation whenever I started my pathless path, my inner transformation, my discovery of who I truly was. This is the role that I took with meditation. This was the practice that led to really helping me see who and what I truly was. So let's dive into this. So whenever it comes to meditation and mindfulness, whenever you're on the spiritual journey, the spiritual path, it's really, I do think it really does assist with this, and especially if you have a daily practice, maybe even a couple times a day, just to find time to sit in presence, to sit and take in your experience, your direct experience. It really can be beneficial to this because it can open you up to some things to really help self-inquiry really take a strong hold for you. And that's what we're going to use meditation for, is to help spiritual self-inquiry. I don't know if this is going to be the right word, but for it to be a little bit easier for the individual trying to awaken to who and what they truly are. So let's look at a meditation practice that can be very beneficial to one. And what you want to do, it's really important when you do the meditation and when you do this type of practice, is that you fully engage yourself with this. And you'll hear me say this quite often. It's really important to engage into these practices, really engage yourself, put your full heart into meditation, into spiritual self-inquiry. You really got to devote a lot of time to this process, to really start to see who and what you truly are, to really have a transformation, and really to really dig at identity. You really got to stay at this and really be devoted and dedicated to it. But like I said, let's take a look at a practice where meditation really can play a major role with this. And I would recommend using this meditative practice before even diving into spiritual self-inquiry. Use this as a I almost want to say it's like a pre-shadow work. because what we're going to be looking at is thoughts and emotions that are going to be arising within your consciousness, within your awareness. We're going to really become fully engaged into what the mind's saying here. So, like normal, bring yourself into a meditative posture. Whether you're laying down, whether you're sitting in a chair, or if you're in a meditative posture, you want to make sure your back straight, make sure that you're in a comfortable position. Uh, you really want to take in the moment, take in this meditation fully. And what I mean by that, you want to bring your awareness within this moment right here and now. You want to really feel the full sense of being, your full sense of I. And how you do that is like whenever you're looking out into your experience within your visual field, you notice whatever's in your surroundings, whether if there's other people around you, your walls of your room, of your house, anything that's external from yourself, of how you feel. You want to move your awareness away from anything outside of you, and start to bring that awareness right within you. You really want to take your awareness, take your consciousness, and bring it and get a full self, a feeling of being alive, aliveness, feeling of being within your body. Start to feel your body. If you don't know how to feel your body, a good way to learn how to do that is to put your hand up beside you, shut your eyes, and feel the sensation of your hand being right beside you here. It normally feels like a tingle, like a warmth feeling somewhat. You really can feel what it feels like to feel your hand, and that take that understanding, and that's how you move your awareness in and throughout your body. Um, it's almost like a body scan in a way, where you can move your attention from your head to your mouth, your chin, and just, and that's a good way to start this meditation practice. Is just start with a body scan. Take some deep breaths and start moving your awareness within your body, and bring yourself to your center. Bring yourself back within your body, back within your consciousness. Really get a sense of, I am here in this moment. I am sitting here in this chair. I'm sitting here in this meditative posture. Or if you're laying down, I'm laying here flat on this bed. Really feel your feet on the ground. Feel your buttocks on the chair. Your back, if you're laying down, feel it against the surface that you're laying on. Really get a sense of, I am here in this moment. Really bring yourself into your body, into this moment. You want to move away from anything external and bring your full attention right here within your body, within this moment. That is very important. It's very important that you get a strong sense of, I am here in this moment, for this practice to really take a good shape and to take a good hold. So then what you want to do, just take a few minutes and just start to follow your breath. And we're not doing anything with the breathing that's out of the ordinary. A regular, breathing, your regular breath is fine. Just start to notice your breath, start to follow your breath in and out. If you feel like you want to take a few deeper breaths to get yourself a little calm, that's to calm yourself, to calm your body a little bit more, that's fine too. Take some deeper breaths to really bring you into this moment, to bring you into presence a little bit further. That's absolutely fine. But take a couple minutes and really, let your breath bring your attention within your body. Start to feel your body, like I said. You want to really get a sense of wholeness within your body, within this moment. You really want to take your awareness and put it fully on your body, fully on your consciousness, your breathing, the way your sensations are feeling within the body. It's really important that you let that take shape and let that take hold here when we start to do this type of practice. And then once you're in, and we're going to do a guided meditation. I am going to do a guided meditation that's going to be with some directions in regards to this type of practice as well. So that way, hopefully that'll help out too. But what we're going to do here, once we're in a stable meditation, what we're going to do is become fully engaged within the mind. We're going to fully engage ourselves to every single thought, every single memory, every single future thought, anything that arrives in your consciousness, you need to label it as a thought. But in order to do that, the first step, you want to see that you're the one that is aware of the thoughts. So these thoughts, these feelings, these emotions that come up within your consciousness, within your mind, it's really important that you notice that you are aware of those thoughts. You are the one that is behind the mind. You're the one that's behind the thoughts. You are the one that's behind the feelings, the emotions, the memories. You are consciously aware of everything that arises within your mind. You are able to observe all of this. And these thoughts and feelings and emotions do not represent who and what you truly are. That is another thing to be really, it's really important that you understand that, and in some aspects that you believe that. If you believe otherwise, you really need to investigate as to why you believe that. But in direct experience, you can see this. It is very, very easy to see that you are conscious. Your consciousness, your awareness is fully aware of any thoughts coming, any emotions, any memories, any, some of these can be picture, you can start to see visuals of memories or future things that you need to do. All of these are what we're going to be investigating, what we're really going to be putting our attention on whenever we're doing this practice. And once you get a clear understanding of what that all entails, how you are behind the mind, how you're behind all these thoughts, you're the one that's consciously aware of them, you want to start to notice the next thought that comes in your mind. Whatever thought comes, you're gonna notice that within your mind, within your awareness. You're gonna look at that thought. You're gonna call it out as a thought. You can even repeat the thought, whatever it is. You can say it out loud, or you can say it internally, and you're gonna let it drop away. And then you're gonna come right back and become fully engaged into the very next thought. Notice that thought, whatever that thought is. Notice it, call it out as a thought. You can repeat whatever it says, let it fall away. Again, the next thought that rises in your consciousness, notice that thought, call it out as a thought, notice that you're the one aware of that thought, let it fall away. You're going to continue this practice and continue this practice and continue this practice. Any thoughts, any memories, any emotions, any feelings, any future, historic, anything that arises in your consciousness, label it as a thought, identify it as a thought, call it out, repeat whatever it's saying, and let it fall away. Now, this is where feeling your internal body is really important, because if you can also put your attention, put your mind on your body, really feel your body, understanding how to do a body scan, putting your attention on your heart, really feeling your heart here is a really good way to do this, to really put your attention within your heart center. A good way to get, even if you, before you start this type of practice, if you shut your eyes and just repeat I, and just keep repeating I to yourself, that puts your attention on your heart. Ramana Maharshi, a longtime spiritual teacher, a very credible spiritual teacher, actually taught that when you repeat I, your attention goes to your heart, and that brings your ability to see your formless awareness. And that's a great way to start doing this type of work, is put your attention on your heart. And like I said, continuously, it's good to maybe do this, like if you're first starting out, maybe for 10 or 15 minutes, but you can even extend this out to 20 to 30 minutes, where you are identifying every single thought that comes within your consciousness, within your awareness. You're calling that out as a thought. You can say it out loud if you'd like, and you're going to let it fall away. Now, this isn't foolproof. This may take a few times of doing this practice to where you can notice the thoughts and let them fall away. But the more that you become aware that you are the one that's aware of these thoughts, and these are objects of consciousness, that you aren't actually you're not who these thoughts are. Once you're able to fully understand that, it really gives you a chance to really grasp this type of practice and really, really dive in and engage yourself. And that's what I mean, in a way, it's a simple practice. It's somewhat of an inquiry, But I like to do this before any type of self-inquiry, before we dive into who and what we are as the I thought. Um, just notice the thoughts. Try to identify them as the thoughts and let them fall away. And again, like I was saying, it's not foolproof. There's going to be times where you get attached to the mind, you get attached to the thought flow, and that's fine. You don't want to be critical of yourself. You don't want to beat yourself up over any of that. You just want to bring yourself back to your center, take a few deep breaths, feel your body again, and go right back into the practice and continue this practice. And this will absolutely help you detach from your thoughts. It will help you detach from the mind, put you directly connected with your body, with your heart, with the feelings and sensations of your body. You will be fully engaged with your present moment. Um, One thing that this practice, what you want to look for is outside of doing this type of practice, say whenever you're at work, whenever you're doing your normal daily activities, start to notice if you're getting any type of breaks within your mind, breaks within the voice in the head. If you notice that you're getting a lot of gaps, that's when it's, in my experience, what I did, that's when I started to really dive into self-inquiry. And we're going to get to that. Let's use this practice for now. Let's use this practice for like the next week. Anybody on this journey, it's a great way to start, to detach from the mind, notice the thoughts, identify it as a thought, call it out as a thought, repeat whatever it's saying to you, and let it fall away. But remember, we're not attaching. It's very important that you're staying behind these thoughts, that you're just basically, I don't want to say that you're the witness of thoughts, because we don't want to start becoming a witness of anything, because that could get us completely confused as we go down this journey further. But it's really important that you notice that you're the one behind all of the thoughts, emotions, feelings that's arising within your consciousness. You are the one that's noticing these objects of consciousness. You're the one that's behind them, and you can fully engage into this and notice them, and call them out as a thought and let them drop away. Now, what does this practice do? What does this do? What can you expect? Well, for one, you can expect to detach from thoughts. Thoughts can really start to slow down here. And it could, and in some ways, it could happen very fast. It could happen the first time you start practicing this. And if you notice a gap, where there's no thoughts, just sit within that gap. Like I said, we're not doing any inquiry yet. We're just going to sit within this gap. We're going to sit within the presence without any thoughts, without anything arising in your consciousness. Get a feel for that. Sit within that. Start to notice the ever-present awareness within your direct experience. Notice that awareness is always here. Notice that you're always fully aware. Awareness can never go away. It's always present. Really start to feel into that. That's another thing to do with this. Really start to take in your awareness. Notice that you're aware of your body. Notice that you're aware of your external environment. You're aware of the thoughts. Awareness is always fully present. You can never get away from awareness. You're always going to be aware. And like I said, we'll continue this type of practice. Just start continuing to de-identify from the thoughts. A gap in the mind can fully arise for you, where you could be in a thoughtless space. And some people call this unbound consciousness. And that is what we're looking for. That is when we can really have some shifts really start to occur. And in my experience, what happened was that's whenever I had a shift. That was my initial shift, is how, I did this practice, used some guided meditations, got myself into a thoughtless gap, and I had a pretty good release, where I had an energetic flow that felt like it came from down by my feet somewhere, or even down within my lower root chakra, around that area, the lower back, and it rose through my head, and it was an incredible release. And this actually happened after I was done with doing the practice. I was actually laying down in bed when that happened. It was right before I fell asleep. Another thing that could occur, we have to understand that our mind, our ego, absolutely does not like this type of work. It does not like this type of practice. The mind and ego wants to keep you engaged in thoughts. It wants to keep you engaged in constantly dealing with the overwhelming thoughts and emotions and feelings. So your mind's going to not like this. And what can really happen is you can hit a fear barrier. A fear barrier could arise for you. But it's really important to know that you can get through that. You do need to sit through it. You do have to surrender to that fear barrier at one point. It can be very intense, absolutely. Um, but you'll be fine. You're going to be absolutely fine. It's just the mind that is, it's not used to being in a thoughtless gap like that. It's not going to be used to being that it's not used to that much presence. We're constantly engaged in thoughts, constantly engaged within whatever's going on in our mind, the voice in our head. So the mind will, in some aspects, rebel to this. And let me give you my direct experience before we end this video. Whenever this type of feeling or this type of fear barrier hit for me, it actually led to a even a deeper transformation right then. Looking back on things. It didn't happen while I was doing the practice. I was doing my meditation. I did like a 35-minute meditation, finished that, went down, just my normal, started watching TV. It was on a weekend, and I fell asleep for a nap. Well, when I woke up from that nap, I was completely blank. Like everything in my mind, everything within my consciousness was, it was just pure consciousness. And it brought like an intense feeling of fear, because my mind went blank. Everything went blank. I couldn't remember what day it was. I didn't know, in a way, where I was, what was happening. It was very intense. But in that moment, it gave me a chance to really let go. And some spiritual teachers call that die before you die, because that was the beginning. If there is a beginning, that was right there. Looking back on it, was the moment where everything that was the moment I was able to get over the fear barrier and transformation was able to take hold. But it can be intense. That was intense. It was very intense. And I'm not sure if that's when everything, and that may not have been the moment. The next time this happens, if this happens again, you may not even notice it. You might just be so used to it then that you don't even notice it. You go right through it. And I think that may even be a situation for me. But absolutely, you need to understand that a fear barrier will be crossed. Almost everyone that's walked this path, anyone that's been on this journey, has came up to this fear. But I want to give you the full understanding that you will be fine. It's fine. You can feel that fear. You can let go. You can experience that. Feel it directly. Really take it in. The first couple times it might be too overwhelming, but the more you get used to it, like I said, it'll get easier. You may not even notice it, but it will arise for you. Nevertheless, I hope you enjoyed this video. This is a great practice. I mean, like I said, this is a wonderful practice to really start to de-identify from thoughts, to give yourself more of a gap. And that's a great place to really start to look at who am I, what am I, where am I, or even use what is mu. Because then that inquiry takes hold. And that's going to be, we're going to do a guided meditation with this in mind, with this type of practice, with de-identifying from thoughts. That's going to be here in the next couple of days. I should have that out. And then here within the next week or so, we're going to start looking at self-inquiry on top of this. So use this to de-identify from thoughts, and then we can start to look at who am I, what am I, where am I. We may even use what is mu. We'll start to look at them type of spiritual self-inquiries within the next video. Well, I really hope this helps. Like I said, you really engage into this practice, you'll be surprised at how quickly your mind starts to really become quiet. And you can see that you can be fully present, fully alive, even more of a feeling of aliveness without a single thought in your mind. And it's such a beautiful feeling. It feels so amazing to have that, to be able to be there without any thoughts causing you to suffer. That is, one of the best things about this whole spiritual journey. Again, I hope this helps anyone looking for this journey, looking for this type of practice. If you have any questions, if you have any comments, please reach out. I am more than willing and welcome to give you even more information in regards to my experience, what my journey was with this. If you need help, I'm more than welcome to help. I'm more than welcome to work with you one-on-one. I don't claim to be a teacher. I'm just someone that's given my experience, how I went about this. And if it helps anyone, by all means, that's amazing. If I can help one person, that's the goal with all this. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thanks for being a member of this channel. Please like, subscribe, share the video if you'd like. And everyone have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. So appreciated of you watching this video. Namaste.